Hello people, welcome to another episode of Iron Fist Mining. Today is my birthday. I celebrate 40 years upon this rock. And rather than deal with stupid stuff that's going to irritate me today, I figured I'd come out here and go mining. Now I'm in Yuba City, next to the Highway 20 bridge. If you go east outside of Yuba City, you'll run into this big thing. Over there is Timbucktoo. That's where Timbucktoo, California is. Originally, that's where the slaves were moved to, and the Chinese, and they discovered gold out here. Now, I've been to this spot before with Joe, and there used to be an island clear out to about here, and we'd sluice over there. Now, the river itself is high, but back in here, there used to be this big grade where the water would come flying down, but now it's really, really not. In fact, this whole area has changed quite a bit. And a lot of guys, like up there on the hill, maybe I can zoom in. That's where they're high banking. A lot of guys out here in Yuba City high bank. That's why you see so much of this gravel stock sitting on the side of the creek bed. The only thing they do is wash their high bank dirt. They're not digging in the water. And the last time I came here, I was still running my wash plant, whereas now I just have the classifier that I put in the mouth, and I only had one sluice. Now I have two sluices and the super sucker, so I plan to get a lot of gold today. Now you can't really see it on this, but there's this little island bends, and right on that corner is where the Yuba quarry is for the Yuba gold fields. There used to be a mountain that went up here. The camera wouldn't even put it in it, but they dug it down, and then they haul all the rocks to the gold processing plant in the Yuba gold fields. Now, if you go on this side, I gotta warn you, there's public land, then there's pieces of BLM, then there's pieces of Army Corps of Engineers, and then it's owned by the Yuba gold fields. Now, what happened was, Yuba City was in economic dire straits, which they still are. And they told said gold mining operation, you need to kick down some more funds to the town, and they said, nope. So what Yuba City did was fine, and they opened up all of this stuff for recreational mining, except over there. If you get caught over there, that's 15 years in prison. 15. If you move a rock, like say this rock, you pick it up and move it, that's a $10,000 fine over there. So you can go over there and hang out and play and stuff, but don't pick up and play with no rocks unless you know where you're at, and you need to look at the map. And a current map, because since the Yuba City telling the gold people to mess off, the borders have changed. And it's not maintained road, so it's your call. But what I'm going to do is, where this last lucky guy was working, made this spot, I'm going to make that my sluice spot. And then I'm going to run all this stuff, because this is the inside bend. And it's blowing up some material down here. Wow, that's deep. So we'll see what I get. If I get. I know I'll get. Just how much? Let's find out. Alright people, here's pan number 1. And the amount of tellings I got was just like this little piece right here. I took some from there and back on this line. And my sucker's kind of messed up. The last place I went, I sucked so many rocks up into the foam, it's not grabbing. So what I'm doing is I'm filling up the back chamber, and it makes enough pressure and I can use it. But even though with some messed up stuff, I managed to catch some nice stuff. I got a big old flake in there. I can't really see through the camera, so I'm just gonna hope you can see it. I don't know how you'd miss it. It's huge. Especially that piece right there. It's probably 1/8 inch long. There's quite a bit in there. It's just spread out. This stuff is like huge aquarium rock. It's got iron deposits, which are these. And then it's got a lot of decomposing granite, which are these. These, granite, non-decomposing yet. And a ton of quartz. There's quartz everywhere. Quartz, quartz, quartz. Or black sand, as you can see by me dumping it out. I'm not keeping it. I'm just taking the gold. I don't want all that other junk. And there's very little to none in the form of mercury in this particular area. The further up you go, the more mercury you'll get. There was another prospector. He came. He's over there with his girl. I met him out here before. In fact, here he comes. I'll give him a talk. I still have my secondary one to run out, but I ran the first sluice and panned it out. Got some chunky. Not much, but I got some chunky. You sit. You sit. So I got to pan the other one out, see what I got in there. Some raptors. Ta-da-da. There is pan number 3. This time I abandoned the sucker and I just took my little bucket and I walked out to this terrace or a bank right here, and I just made scoops in there and came up here and then cleaned them out. So that's where that gold came from, was right there off of this little island. The other prospector dude told me that the water is really high right now. They've been letting out a lot of water, so it's kind of affecting the ability to get gold. Last time I was here, underneath all this raging current, it's probably about 10-15 feet deep right there, and we were right on that edge, maybe 2 feet away from that edge. So this is really, really high water, and I'm still getting shiny. Okay, pan number 4. This time I ran however many stones I piled up over there, probably around 15, 20 buckets. Oh, my back! But I caught some bigger pieces. There's a big one in there, man, right there. Thing's about the size, I don't know. It's 3-dimensional, though. Not bad. Birthday boy. Look at all this black sand I threw out, too. I threw it on top of the lid in case I saw a chunker that got sucked up when I grabbed it with the magnet, but I'm not seeing any. No use in having it. There might be some fine stuff in there, but I don't really care. Especially when I'm getting chunk. Plus, I got that to clean out yet, man. The shark tooth. What I've noticed, ow, my back, that's going on. See the black stuff? The bigger pieces are getting thrown into here. So if I wasn't running this one, I'd be blowing out stuff big time. Kind of running out of time. I didn't get out here till 10 o'clock. This is really far from my house. Wow, there's a big ass bird over there. I don't think it's a buzzard. It's big though. It's getting a drink. Anyway, I might have time to run one more time, then I gotta get out of here. And the water's coming up. I gotta move some of my stuff so it don't get all wet. That's why I'm thinking I probably got one more time before it floods me out and I get stuck in here. The water is super moving today, man. I'm thinking if I had my surfboard, I could ride it out there without having a rope. It's big time. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it this high. Alright, people. It's starting to get late out here. I already cleaned out the gold and put it in the jar. So there's gold for the day. Had I known that the water was going to be this high, I probably wouldn't have drove all the way out here. But I do kind of like this spot, so I don't really mind. I mean, I'm kind of irritated that I used up a lot of energy, got a sore ass back. But I did get some shiny, so kind of happy about that, especially that big old little mini nugget. Big old little, that's what I'm saying, big old little. And then there's all the dust. Cleaner mercury. I didn't even have to use soap to pan this stuff, so if you want to come out here, it's worth it. Just come out when the water's lower, because man, I went through a lot of rock. And the sucker's almost useless out here. You might as well just bring a shovel or something and a good classifier. But it's out here, high or low. Okay, people, so that's pretty much it for my 40th birthday. Ain't really got much else to show you. Now this place is really easy to find. Plenty of parking up there. It's easy to find gold. Though when the water's high, you're not going to find a lot. And this right now is a high level. Actually, if you find this rock, this one's usually barely in the water when the gold's easy to get. So, yeah. It's up about 10 feet, 11 feet from where it's easy to get it. So, I don't know, man. It was a hard day. So, thanks for tuning in and watching Iron Fist Mining. Peace out, babies. From Yuba City. I'm gonna go home, pet my dog, watch a movie, drink a beer. Yeah, some aromatherapy maybe. I don't know. I got to see some wild bikinis. And I talked to that other miner dude that I hadn't seen in a while. And he said that my, what do you call it, the sucker thing was the fastest he's ever seen, so. So that's really it. So thanks for tuning in and watching again. Iron Fist Mining. Peace out, people. I gotta go. Hungry. Gotta go. No, I'm really gonna go this time. See, look, I'm gonna pick up this stuff. I'm gonna hike out of here. This water's like overflowing where I was standing. Gotta go. I know I dumped a bunch of gold out right there. One of those pans I showed you, I washed right out. Idiot, huh? Tired. But that's really it. So thanks for tuning in and watching Iron Fist Mining. Peace out, babies. For real, this time, on my birthday. You can send me things if you feel guilty. I won't mind. Just make them cool.